Here's the head coach of Wellsville, one of my dear friends and one of the people that I really respect when it comes to college basketball. He is John Babalik, and no one knows the Sweet 16 better. So let's get to it here at Casa de Emanuel. Loyola of Chicago taking on Nevada. This is Thursday night action, a little after 7. CBS, KDKA TV2, and Cinderella is still alive.
And I think Thursday they're finished. That's a great story, and Sister Jean and everything that's going along with them. I hope they win the game, but I think Nevada's a little bit better. They play pretty strong defense, and I think Nevada wins the game.
All right, now the Wolfpack averages 16.1 seconds of possession, 49th fastest in the nation. What's that mean for them?
That means they play like their head coach's dad used to play at Ashland, and he was at Minnesota. Bill Musselman was a crazy guy. He was at Minnesota, and his son Eric coaches the Nevada team, kind of plays the same way. A lot of people remember from those days when Ohio State played Minnesota, they had to brawl, and Luke Whitty was playing at Ohio State. Was from Alliance, and Eric Musselman's teams play. And he's a little bit of a nutcase, though. He yells and screams, and he does all that other stuff. I guess the other night they won the second game in the tournament, and he rips his shirt off, and they had a picture of him, and he's just an idiot. But kids play hard.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah.
All right, now listen, let's move on to the next game. Texas A&M and Michigan, 7:37. This is Thursday night action. TBS, Texas A&M scored one of the biggest upsets of the year as they defeated number 2 seed North Carolina Roy Williams' team 86-85. Aggies are huge off the glass, so it's going to be tough for Michigan to slow the game down.
Yeah, Texas A&M's kind of an enigma because they played some good games. I saw them early in the year. They beat a good West Virginia team by 25 points to start the season. I believe that Michigan's a team that's destined. They're playing their best basketball right now. Got to break Saturday. The game they won against Houston. You know how they won. I have
Jordan Poole's sunken at the buzzer.
Yeah, and Houston had a chance to win the game. Kids shooting 2 free throws with 3.5, 4 seconds let loose at 3.9. But anyway, he misses both free throws, and probably Kelvin Sampson's kicking himself for not guarding the ball out of bounds and just letting him have a throw in, and kid made a shot. And they may be destined, but Texas A&M played awfully well.
Kansas State, Kentucky, 9:37, CBS, KDK TV2. Kentucky key players Kevin Knox, P.J. Washington. Few teams can match them overall. They are very athletic, and they can be overwhelming at a time.
They're playing really well. The young kids grew up. They don't have a senior on the team. I remember we were watching the game down here when Kentucky was playing. They had senior night. There was no seniors. The guy that's playing in the NBA, Towns, he sends a clipping down to say, hey, listen, if I would have stayed for 4 years, this would be my night. But we're not, and I know there's nobody graduating. But young kids grew up. They played their best at the end of the season. They went through a little lull, lost 4 in a row late in the season, but came on and then won the SEC tournament. And Calipari knows how to get his teams ready to play in the tournament.
All right, Kansas State key players, Dean Wade, Barry Brown, Xavier Sneed. Strong, aggressive defense, great scoring combo in Wade and Brown. They average 11.7 steals a game. And Wade, 44% behind the arc. Great guard play has caused them problems in the past. What do you think about Kansas State?
Kansas State, they're capable. Anybody at this time of the season can play and win a game, but I think Kentucky's got momentum on their side, and I'd be awfully surprised if they don't come out of that end of the bracket.
All right, one more to look at for Thursday night action. Don't forget Casa de Emanuel, great place to come out and hang out with Mr. Duffy, Mr. Babalik, the whole crew. Louis Bellino has some great pasta and watch some basketball. Florida State, fantastic inside and on both ends of the court. They can block shots, and Terrace Mann is a beast at doing that. Big time shooting the threes, mentally tough. They don't turn the ball over. Bulldogs among the best in the nation, hitting the boards, explosive offensively, and great from the field. Great scoring the ball inside and out. Still, they just don't make a mistake. Your thoughts about this matchup?
Gonzaga played, I think, their bad game in the tournament the first night. They were lucky to won by 2 or 3 points. Came back, played Ohio State, played really well early, and let Ohio State get back in the game. Ohio State players, did a good job. They made some shots late, and they really had control of the game. And somebody missed a shot, and Gonzaga hit a big 3, and then they got a steal and converted. So the game was a lot closer. I think it ended up by 6, but Gonzaga's got experience on their side. They were there last year. They got to the final game. Drew's a good coach. Florida State they're kind of hot and cold, and I like Gonzaga in that matchup.
Speaking of good coaches, I think he's great. Bobby Huggins. We'll talk about West Virginia, Villanova, one of the matchups that are going to be happening on Friday again. Casa de Emanuel, John Babalik, and I back in a moment. Stay with us.